Hello everyone and welcome to Racers United, where today we will be negotiating through the lovely circuit of Great Britain with a lot of drivers' home races today. So let's get straight into this. We're just getting the last two people in. Oh, Captain Smek, as always, is disconnected. Okay, so Captain Smek, once you get back in, you have MJLED added, so feel free to add him to the session in replacement of Black Major. And another person is Sigma. Sigma should be able to join because Dodge is having issues joining as well. So that means Dragonflies. Let me try adding Dragonflies. There we go. Hopefully something comes up. Okay, it won't let me add them for some reason. Dragonflies. Oh, 1-2 game, bro. This I don't know if it's a Codemasters issue or not, but it won't let me add his E and M. S Kung is rooting for you. The box is like Lando Norris. Is he in Lando Norris' seat? Yes, he is. He is the Lando Norris. Or is he? I might be done with that. Yeah. If Dodge can't join, then we have two replacements. Yours, Dodge, check your friend for me. I will try and invite you. Once again. Dodge, yeah, you're not appearing. Are you appearing offline? If you can join while you're offline, then that's great. I guess I'll invite you. Dodge Demon. So many people on this. Yeah. I cannot find you on either. If that is. Yeah, Dodge, you can not be found. Captain Smek also needs that fan invite. So I'll invite Captain Smek. Captain Smek, you can invite your friend, and then we'll go on to the national anthem now. Let's go to the flag waving. And this is going to be a first time test for the bot. It should play a lot nicer. So yeah, everyone stand for the national anthem of Great Britain. Want to load in 1 second. And that was the British national anthem. Still waiting for the final couple to join. It's annoying because Captain Smek has such he just disconnects every single time and he needs to invite someone else because EA apparently doesn't want people to add friends at this moment in time. Let me just quickly confirm this by let's try add field. Does that even work? Let's have a look. Yeah, the game is officially broken. Gotta love a bit of masterclass. You know what, Mia? Nobody's gonna come up? Yeah, okay. So EA is officially broken once again, which means we cannot add anyone else to the session. So Captain Smack, please let us know once your game is working again. I'm gonna try add this guy on Steam as well and see if it'll let him join through that. So, friends. Come on, this is like mad things. And add a friend code. Okay. That works. Then we should have someone else in the lobby. I know it's running a bit over at the moment. But yeah, it's gotta come together when EA decides to pull a masterclass. Right. Also, if I get... Okay, right, Captain Smith's reloading up F1. Which means we should be able to get underway shortly. But yeah. I guess. Yeah, it's frustrating to say the least. Okay. Oh, we also got onboards as well, so thank you for the follow. And I'll add you to the onboards as well, okay. There we go. Captain Smack is offline. I'll take him off the thing then. Okay. Yeah, I'll invite you again, Captain Smack. Just invite your friend as soon as possible so it doesn't kick Avery's out. And Captain Smack's game might have crashed again. Yeah, is anyone on Xbox here who can invite the Alfa Romeo? Anyone at all? Okay, Bank might be able to do that then. Yeah. Captain Smack once again isn't online, which is... Oh, I need to find whatever this guy's Steam is as well. Yeah, this whole game's just a massive irritation at this point. Like, I mean, why can't they fix this stuff? It's so easy to fix, but they just don't do it. It really is so frustrating. Yeah, nobody gusted this. Nobody gusted. Would it even work if I tried to add someone again? I mean, is it worth it? Who joined the lobby is okay, there we go. Right. Captain Smex here, and then... Oh, thanks FZR for the follow. Big up FZR. Oh, what? It's not letting me invite him, bro. This is really annoying. Dodge Demon. Can anyone add Dodge Demon on Xbox? Who invited Gelder? No, Dodge Demon. Okay. Yeah. It's running a bit over, but for a good cause, I guess. Yeah, sorry about any delays, but can't help Codemasters being its finest. And yeah, let me just quickly change up the driver of the day vote as well. Take off Major, and then add in MGL. Okay, right. The invite has been sent. Hopefully that does its work. And we should all be able to ready up. And it did work. Here we go. Okay. That's what we absolutely love to see then. 20 drivers on the grid. Everyone enjoy the race. You can now ready up. And yeah, just keep it clean. Remember, don't block people in quali. You got a whole race, a sprint race, and everything. So don't be too ambitious unless it's a last lap safety car, which let's hope there isn't. Join your team VCs if you want to, and yeah, enjoy the race. Stay in your team VC if you win the race, like top 3. I'll put you in cooldown room. And if you want to interview, join your team VC as well. Okay, have a good race. Right, there we go. Finally solved the issues. A bit of help from the drivers, and we can now get into the race. So here we go. Okay, and here we go then for Britain. There's a lot of drivers' home races. I think 7 or 8 in the calendar on the grid. So they'll be looking to impress their team principals and go for gold at home. Now, let's look onto the track map. It's one of the longer tracks on the F1 calendar with 18 turns, a lot of them which are fast. An example is Cops Corner, where there was an incident in 2021, as a lot of you might remember. Now, here we go, we're going to go on to the standings now, where we can see there's been absolutely no change in positions, but there has been a lot of points gained since the last race, and that is after Silverstone GP, that is my bad. But yeah, McLaren, 207 points, they have absolutely shot ahead of all the competition, and the box once again extending its lead from Gianni, not there, making the most of it. The box can now get rid of any new title contenders by scoring 24 points in this race. Now let's go back out onto the track where it's a sunny day, and we'll see all the drivers getting ready on the grid for qualifying. And who's going to be the first person to leave the pit lane? It is going to be State Daisy in the Williams, absolutely miles ahead of anyone then. And we're going to do a quick test to ensure that the onboards are working. They are sort of working. It might be a bit touch and go though. And it might have to be disabled if it causes the stream too many issues. I can see it is causing some issues once again. Skipped frames, okay. Yeah, that's going to have to be a scrapped idea once again. This is super frustrating. Anyways, here we go then. Sid Dizzy on his outlap. The first session of the weekend. So now the Dizzy going through Cops Corner. Does he lift? Does he go full throttle? It is going to be a bit of a gamble. And we're going to quickly go to settings and change the audio so it goes a bit further up to 7. So you can hear the cars roar a bit more. Been meaning to do that for quite a while now, so I'm glad it's finally done. Husky to win odds. It is his home race, you know, home race magic. He is sitting in the pits at the moment, but we will see how he performs. I don't want to commentators curse him too bad, or else you know, things might not go his way, but there is 2 opportunities for people to win in this race. And just before the lap starts, we're going to invite Ole to the session. I'm pretty sure he did disconnect. And here we go then, State Easy to start us off. Not the first time this season he has begun a qualifying session for us, but here we go. Going into Sector 1. Let's see how he brakes here. Brakes at the 50-meter board. Takes as much curb as you like there, not hitting the sausage curb. And now, before heading on to the first DRS straight of the lap, he gets a bit slidey and that'll affect the straight line speed, which will definitely affect his overall lap time. Now here we go, let's see what he gets out of Sector 1. It's going to be a 27.9. Let's see if anyone else can beat that as they all begin their first flying laps. I do not believe this is going to be State Daisy's best lap. He's definitely going to improve if he does decide to go out for a second time. But obviously, you are determining your place for the sprint, unlike the real format, which we saw featured today. This format is a bit different, where your qualifying here determines your spot for the sprint, and your sprint position determines your spot for the race. And now here goes JD. He's going to get a bit of a toll from, I believe that is Captain Smek, who is just on his outlap there. As Gianni begins his flying lap. Gets to, sorry, didn't see that, in the second sector. Now going down to the final couple of corners. This is going to be the place where you get it absolutely perfect. It is quite easy to spin. And nails it perfectly, takes a lot of curb, and it's going to get a 1:28.5 to begin off the session. Now we're going to go straight on to the box, who is finishing sector 3 now, going through the right-hander, and now getting ready for the final 2 corners of the lap. Well, final 3 corners even, or is it? Yeah, final 3 corners of the lap, and now the box going to round the final corner, and it's going to be a 1:27.1 for the box. Absolutely smashes Daisy's time by over 1.5, well, nearly 1.5 seconds. And he is definitely brewing one up for the home fans. Now here we go. Gianni finishing up sector 2 is going to get a 1:03, and it's going to be a 10th off of the box's benchmark time there. And now we go through the right-hander, getting the rotation in the car, going through the fight. Oh, he's on a bad lap. I didn't notice that. That is very stupid from me. Seth Martin is about to begin his first flying lap of the session. This is going to be interesting. He is Irish. He is not British. There's a home buzz around here. This is my home circuit as well, so it's great to see the drivers driving around a sunny Britain, which is not common around here. And here we go now, Seth Martin takes a nice through turn 1 there, and is going to get late on the brakes to set himself up perfectly. Very nice. Let's see how he sets himself up for the entry to the DRS straight. He's going to do that very nicely. It's Ollie in the chat says it is also his home. Yes, it is actually probably around 50% of all Racers United teams' home races, and Seth Martin 6 attempts off with the box's benchmark in sector 1. Will have to improve that very, very significantly if he wants to see a chance of getting pole position for the sprint race. And Darkness in the meantime did go ahead and set a 1:27.8, which is 6 or 7 tenths off of the box's time. And Martin about it, which is going to see him out of him backing out now. Who is on a flying lap? Penguin set a 1:27.9. Gerald is going on in lap, and State Daisy on a lap. He might be heading into the pit lane. If he was on a lap, he certainly isn't now. As Husky goes into P6 for 1:28.6. This Forza Gamer also up into P7 with a 1:28.7. So this midfield is looking very, very tight. From P4 to P8, there's around a 5/10 gap. Well done, Theo. That's the first. Yes, Theo does have a grid penalty for this race, failing to provide his fastest lap. So he's gonna, what he needs to do is load a setup and then do an outlap. On that outlap, he goes back into the pits on the same lap and just retires in the pit lane. And that is a correctly served grid penalty. Anything other than that would be a race disqualification. Or actually not a race disqualification. Grid penalty for the next race, depending on how it's served, it could be a race disqualification. And Seth Martin sets a not a purple sector 1. It was around 5 tenths off, but it's a 10th improvement on what he was last lap. Now here we go. Seth Martin going down the old pit straight, getting ready for his entry into Cop's Corner. Let's have a look. Let's see how he takes it. He takes a lot of curb, and he takes a lot of curb on the exit. Doesn't take as much though as I've seen other people take so far in the session, and that will probably lose him a couple hundredths. Now going through Margaret and Beckett, getting himself ready for the DRS straight. Gets the DRS wide open, and it's going to be a 1:04.6 in sector 2 for Seth Martin. And now going down the long right-hander. Let's see what the man in the hat can do as he goes into the final couple of corners and sets himself up nicely for the... oh, no, he doesn't actually. He had to drop off the throttle there, and that'll affect his time significantly, and he only goes up into 10th with a 1:29.4. Luckily, this isn't a Q1, Q2, and Q3 format, or else he might see himself out of the session, as there is 5 drivers yet to set a time. You see Theo getting ready for his out lap to the in lap. And we're going to watch Gianni as he preps himself for his second flying lap attempt. Doesn't have a representable time, but this is definitely one of the box's strong tracks. So if he wants to keep the battle on, which he most certainly can with the box's error, then he will be able to potentially challenge for the championship. But let's have a look as he begins his lap as Casper sets a 1:27.4, 3 times off of the box. And that might be one of his new competitors in the league. Casper obviously raced here in Season 1. A lot of you might remember him if you were around back then. And doesn't set himself up very nicely for the DRS straight there. It was a bit of a tight turn in, didn't give himself much space to open a siren. But now here we go for Gianni Cazares in Sector 1. It's going to be a 1:26, or 27.6. And that'll be a 10th off of the box. And the second sector time there is a bit messed up. But that's not to worry about, as now we see him going down the old pit straight, getting himself ready for Copse Corner. Let's see how he takes it then. There's definitely a lot of different lines. He takes as much curve as possible on the entry and takes around the same as Seth Martin on the exit, but he will gain just that bit more by taking that extra curve on the entry. And now, here we go. He gets it very nicely through Marcus and Beckett's. No space to touch the grass whatsoever. And it's going to be a 1:03 or 1:04.6 or 1:04.5 in Sector 2 for Gianni. Didn't lose much time compared to the box at all there. Now, here we go. Let's see what Gianni can do in Sector 3. Will he all of his time here? Can he gain all the time here? This is definitely more downforce required for this part of the track. And here we go for Gianni Cazares. He's going to cross the finish line, and it's going to be a 1:27.3, unmatched to the box, who is in Sector 3, getting himself prepped for his second flying lap. There we go. Theo has retired from the session. And Darkness sets a 1:27.467, and that we'll see him just a bit ahead of Casper there, and Casper will have to go out again to go improve his lap. Anyways, here we go now for the man from Britain, the box, the championship leader. Can extend his gap massively here if he wins both of the races today. Can knock anyone else out from winning the championship. But here we go for the box as he goes on to the first DRS straight. He's going to set himself up very nicely as he gets the DRS wide open once again, and you can just see a black void there. And now here we go for Sector 1. He's a 10th up on his time, and he already looked unstoppable, but right now he's looking super unstoppable as he gets a bit slidey there, I think, onto the right hander now, getting himself ready onto the old pit straight and getting himself prepped for Copse Corner. I don't think we've seen a lap from the box yet where he is at Copse Corner. So here we go, let's see. Oh, now that is a very interesting line from the box. That is not one we've seen so far. He doesn't take any curve on the entry and saves it all for the exit, and then taking the tightest line possible on exit as well. And here we go for the box. It's going to be a 1:03.2 there, or 0.2 in Sector 2, and he's going to be a 10th and a half up on his personal best time, which is the fastest lap so far. And now for the box in Sector 3, going to round the final couple of corners. He's going to get himself very neat lap time. It's going to be in the 1:26 so here we go for the box. It's going to be a 1:27.009, and it's just even over the edge of that 1:26, and he did not improve in Sector 3, which is quite significant for the British McLaren driver. It's Penguin on a lap. Let's see if he's finishing his lap. His personal best is a 1:27.7, and he is going to dive into the pit lane. Stayed Daisy might actually be beginning his flying lap, second flying lap of the session. Might just be doing it in order of whatever you want to call it. Might just be waiting so he doesn't hold up. Oh no, Stay Daisy spins. And he's going to lock up the tyres. Ouch. That is very unfortunate. To stay dizzy, and he will have just to go around on the track once again. And make sure those tyres are cool, because obviously you're preparing those tyres for the lap. They're going to be fairly hot. But yeah, he's going to have to pray that those tyres are holding on to him, because obviously tyre deck around here is quite high. Majeld is going into the pit lane. Husky on a lap. He's on an invalid lap. Orpa, let's have a look at Orpa then. Is Orpa on a lap? No, he is saving the battery. Seth Martin. Is Seth Martin on a lap? The big Seth. I think Seth Martin might be on a lap. And here we go. Is it going to be good enough to challenge to the box? He's not at any purple sectors. But you never know with Seth Martin. He is a man of many things. And here we go then for Seth Martin. As he rounds the final corner. Doesn't mess up as much as he did last time. Gets his foot on the floor. It'll be a massive time getting there. And it's going to be a 1:28.4 for Seth Martin. And that'll drop him into P9. As Gamer sets a 1:27.6. And that'll only put him up into P5. He's been a contender for the win twice now. But he's only good enough for P5 at the moment. Definitely being outshone by the home runners at the moment. Captain Smek with a 1:30.2. In comparison to his teammate is around 2.9 seconds slower. Orpa. Is Orpa we're going to begin his flying lap? Let's have a look then for Orpa. I think it might be. Here we go then. Oh, Niemal did in turn 1. He does take turn 1 in gear 7, which I have done on my fastest lap in a couple leagues before, but I'm pretty sure staying in 8th is probably the best solution. Girl on an outlap. Running down in P13, Captain Smek also on an outlap. Want to get those times up, and everyone might be leaving the pit lane fairly shortly to get their final runs of the session in. But if you come out the pit lane now, you will only get one opportunity to get your lap in. And that'll be the same fate for quite a lot of drivers on the track, as both of the McLaren drivers now coming out of the pit lane. Will the other drivers be coming out, or do they think they can't improve? Asper is staying in the pits. Gianni is coming out of the pits, and Gamer will be coming in the pit lane. He will have a very, very fine margin to get back out there, or else he will not be able to go and set another lap time. We have Darkness in the box, sort of in sequence with each other, trying to get the perfect McLaren formation. Could it be a 1-2 in quali for these two then? We'll have to wait and see as Penguin also begins his final flying lap. There is actually quite a lot of potential for any of these drivers in the 1:27s to take pole position. It'll be a massive game for Penguin though if you can gain 7 temps, considering the box is also looking to improve on his lap time as well. I'll invite you, Bank 6, once again. And there you go, I invited you. Here we go. Is Gamer going to try to get out of that pit lane? No, he's staying in the pit lane. Okay, so that is Gamer out of the session then. So if Penguin can improve by just a couple hundredths, that P5 will be his. And that's also considering none of these other drivers also begin or improve even. So anyways, here we have it. For the box, he's going to lead the pack on these final flying laps, and Bank 6 is coming out the pit lane. He's not going to be able to get that time in though. Too late for that drive for Bank 6. Anyways, here we go. It's a box. It's going to begin his final flying lap of the session. A lot of the drivers behind him will also be just very, very close, and Darkness will be in a very nice slipstream as he rounds this corner here, gets a braking perfect. He knows this lap has to be perfect if he wants to improve. He's done a fairly decent time there, so he runs a bit wide, and now on his entry into the first DRS straight, he's going to get the DRS wide open, and Darkness is going to get a lovely slipstream going down the first main straight. And here we go, he's 9,000 faster than his best time. That's good enough for a 1:27 if he can keep this up. Majeld retires in the pit lane, doesn't think, actually no, you can't set a lap time if he's in the pit lane. As we now go down the old pit straight, where he would have retired had this been a few years ago. But anyways, the box going into Cup Squad now. Let's see if he takes this line different. So he does take a bit of curve there. And he saves it all for the exit, and very, very on the limits there. Is just going to keep it as nice as possible. He's going to come up on some traffic here of Banksix. Well, Banksix giving him the nice slipstream. Oh no, the box spins out. And now we're going to go straight on to Darkness here. Is Darkness going to be able to take this pole position away from the box? The box could be challenged here. Darkness set the purple sector 2. He is down on sector 1 though, but it's going to be all down to this sector 3 time. Here we go for Darkness as he goes through the final couple of corners. He's going to get his foot down on throttle, try to maximize his exit there. Doesn't take as much curb as you might like. And it's going to be a 1:27.1 for Darkness, unable to beat the box at time. Now Johnny going to round the final corner. Can he beat the box? It's going to be a 1:27.3 for Johnny. And I'm pretty sure he did invalidate on that final part of the lap there. He wouldn't have improved to beat the box zone. Here we go for Casper now. He's the only driver who can challenge. Gets a purple sector 2, but he's 2 times down on Dion in that second sector. Well, for Casper, here we go. It takes as much curb as possible there. That might have that's definitely messed up his lap, and that'll see him go down, well, stay in P4. And what an end to that qualifying session. A lot of spins, and it was fairly anticlimactic. Steph Martin, thank you for the bits. But the box at his home race will take pole position for the sprint race. And definitely a very lucky escape for the McLaren driver then. Yes, thank you for the bitties, Mr. Seth Martin. Here we go, the end of qualifying. And Forza Gamer didn't set a lap time, which is very interesting to know. Well, that means Theo will start in P19 instead of P20. He'll be fairly happy with that, I assume. Forza Gamer might actually have had an issue. Oh, Forza actually did set a lap, but it just messed up. Yeah, Forza has been screwed over by Codemasters. Once again, you're seeing this in action then. We're going to invite Banksix and Ole, just in case they need their invites. Oh, it's a full wet. It's going to be a full wet sprint race. That is very interesting. That is very, very interesting. The drivers would have known about this. I did not have a clue about this. This is going to be very interesting to watch then. And will, for certain, definitely be carnage. I'm going to get invites out to the drivers who need them very, very quickly. Banksix and... Oh, yeah, the game just like resets you to the top when you invite someone. Got a love here for that. There we go. Ole also invited, just in case anything needs or happens to them. But anyways, it's going to be a full wet race for the drivers, and it's going to be a very, very interesting one. There is no formation lap. We get straight into the action. It's going to be the first wet run of Racers United in Tier 1, and it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for the sprint race. And I'm pretty sure Darkness gets a decent exit, or a decent start, as the box gets a better exit. And Johnny's going to try to challenge him into turn 1. The box runs a bit wide, and that's going to allow Darkness to go side by side with the box. He's going to take P1, and it's going to get a full corner ahead of the box. A terrible start for the box. And Johnny's going to look to challenge the box as well now. And he runs a bit wide as Darkness nearly spins out. And I'm surprised there's been no major collision yet, as Barbarisha must have had a little collision, or spun out, because he is running in P20. But now the box go back to Darkness, and Darkness lets him through. Or might have just been too slow, and Johnny, no, spins out. Johnny, no, out of the points already. Nearly in last position, running in P18. About to drop to P19. Gamer must have had an incident off the start there, as well as Casper's in P2 now. And Darkness drops down into P3 as Majel also goes for the move. And it's side by side going down the old pit straight. Is going to get the move on Darkness, but Darkness won't let it go easy. He nearly gets pushed out the grass, and Darkness has to run off just a little bit there. As the box now extends his lead to 6 tenths over Casper, who out of nowhere has just managed to take that P2 and is going to try charge down on the box and try and take the victory then. State Daisy has Lillington is running P20, Penguin in P19. And interesting to note, from P19, Theo is now running in P8. And there's going to be a virtual safety car just to neutralise everything then. This Husky also has a little incident and is now running in P20, which has allowed Johnny and Gamer to push back up the field into P13 and 14 in this little car build up there. But what a start. Oh no, Fozzy Gamer spins out. And that'll put him down into P17. But wow, what a chaotic start then. Definitely been a massive shift in the order. And yes, that is definitely very crazy. But let's have a look at the position again then. Just actually no, I'm pretty sure the VSC is going to be ending now. And oh, the Halo HUD's on. Very lovely. There we go. Halo HUD's over and we're back to green flag. Oh no. She gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He must have got some wing damage, such Dodge Demon also, and Husky. All have wing damage then. There's the box. Leading the pack once again. This is probably one of the most extended VSCs ever, but here we go. The box. Oh no, Casper and Magell both get drive-through penalties. Running in P2 and P3 are going to drop down to the very, very back of the field then. And they'll have to serve that in the next 3 laps. That's super duper unfortunate for them. And that'll bring ABC and Seth Martin into the podium positions, the 2 Haas drivers. That is seemingly came out of nowhere. They've not been running the best so far. As Casper's now going to challenge the box who already has the pit. He's going to try and hold him up as much as possible. And here we go then for Casper going down the old pit straight. They're going to go side by side into Cup's corner. Will the box let it go? No, he's not. Side by side in the Cup's corner. Casper just gets through there in the box. Drops behind, but the box knows he doesn't have to fight that because Casper does have to go into the pit lane. So Magell is also going to try get the run on the box and is going to get or try get a better exit here and gets a bit slidey. That's not a box just to get that extra bit of traction, but the box also gets a bit slidey as well. And now Casper extending his lead. That won't last long though. Seth Martin and ABC also side by side fighting for position. ABC drops behind Seth Martin and is going to have to stay behind. As Johnny goes back up into P10. This has not been the best race for him so far either. And yes, now we see Johnny chasing down Orpa, and interesting to note, none of the drivers with drive-throughs have went into the pit lane yet then. As Casper sets a 137.3 on those crash wets, and Seth Martin beats out for 147.2, a 10th faster. And Johnny beats him for 144.2, which is definitely a lot faster, but these lap times are seemingly bound to go down. The Skull looks like he ran over the curb a bit there and would have definitely got a warning for that incident. And is there anything going on here? Smek has to come into the pit lane, must have got a bit of damage. And Magell might be looking to get the run on the box end. But the box is just going to stay ahead, and Bank gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Magell sets a purple sector 1 time. And now the hunt for the box will begin. And he's going to look to get the better exit here. Here we go, he's battling for second on the box and is not going to get the run into Cop's corner, so he'll have to sit behind and count his chickens. There is no DRS in these sessions, which means he has to get it done on track and on track alone without any help. And Orpa gets a 3-second time penalty as well. But we want to know when Casper and Magell will both box for their drive-through penalties, and Magell also just all over the rear of the box. So desperate to get that move done, and here we go then. For Magell, he's going to pull out the slipstream of the box. He's going to go side by side into the right-hander, and he's going to go around the outside the long way, maybe the better way in the rain. More grip for him, and he gets the move done. And once again, both of them have not went into the pit lane. It means they're just trying to extend the gap to the rest of the field as much as possible and just pray they don't get caught out in any traffic. I'm pretty sure a lap time, well not a lap time, pit stop around here might go 25 to 30 seconds. And Magell gets a 143.1 and is absolutely charging ahead now and might actually be able to bring the battle to Casper. Just going to be very, very fun to watch as Seth Martin, Ole, going for the move on ABC. Well, ABC let it go. He's going to try go side by side. He's going to go round the outside. Won't have any grip with that line though. And Ole manages to stay ahead. But ABC with the more straight line speed has to lift off the throttle just a little bit there to allow Ole to get himself straightened up and avoid a collision. As Gamer and Husky went side by side there. Or still side by side even. Sorry, that's my bad. As Husky might look to get the better exit on Gamer and get the move done. Or is he going to try to do that? He tries to do that. Gamer gets a bit of a squirrely exit. And Husky is going to have to sit behind, but he definitely does have more straight line speed on. That might just be the slipstream which he's getting. This Gamer is now trying to fight on Skull as well, but Gamer, what did happen to Gamer? That's what we want to know. Now Theo running in the 2-point positions with his grip penalty. He did actually start in P19. Oh no, what happened to the box? The box had a moment, and the box is running in P5 now. No provisional P1 for him. Seth Martin is in the position to win the sprint race. If he can keep this up, oh no, he gets a little bit of a moment there. That's going to allow Ole to get the run on him with the slipstream. Will he be able to do it though? He's going to charge, and it's going to look to get the better exit then. You cannot go side by side. And now for Ole, yes, once again, cannot do that. And both Miguel and Casper come into the pit lane. And Seth Martin is going to take the lead of the sprint race in just a moment's time. Here we go then. Seth Martin passes Miguel, passes Casper, and he's going to take P1. And he's going to be leading on lap 5 of the sprint race. As Gianni gets a 1:42.7, is running in P6 now. Bank 6, I'm pretty sure he didn't overtake Bank 6. But Gianni now fighting with, fighting to charge up with Theo. But Theo also in a car battle here with ABC, the box, Ole and Seth Martin. P1 could be anyone's here in the dying lap of this sprint race. There's Olpa with a 3-second time penalty once again. That'll definitely see him out of contention for the victory. But Ole getting the charge on to Seth Martin. Seth Martin's never been in this position in the league before. It could be his big day. It could put him on pole for the main race. 8 points for half, so that would be very, very good for them. Unfortunately, it isn't in the main race. So instead, Daisy must have had another moment there because he spun out. Same with Captain Smek, and he's going to have to set himself back around on the track. But here we go, through Cop's Corner. So close to each other. This is very interesting to watch. And Gianni just ever more trying to edge closer and get his nose in on this battle. As he did spin out in the sprint race. But it is on full wet, and I'm surprised there hasn't been more collisions than there has been. Every single driver still running in this race. And if it's like this in the wet, let's hope it's a bit nicer in the dry. And now the box, all over the rear of Ole, will be looking to try and get the move done and is unable to. Let's have a look then. It's the box now. Round and near the final corner. Gets a bit shaky there. Oh, very, very shaky. Oh no, the box is having terrible moments there. And that's going to allow ABC to get right back on the rear of the box. And the box, this is not what he wanted whatsoever. And he is going to drop down even more. He's going to lose out to Ole by nearly 6 tenths there. But now you can see Ole is going to be challenging for the lead off Seth Martin on lap 6. There's 3 laps to go in the sprint race. And Seth Martin will be doing absolutely everything he can to ensure that he is the one who wins this sprint and takes a victory in Race United, becomes a new race winner. We'll look behind. Seth Martin is gaining just a little bit on Ole. We've also got to remember that Ole to the box is losing out to Ole as well. Just fairly interesting. And Gianni now has gained over a second on Theo there, and will be running in his nice slipstream. That'll be very comforting to Gianni as Forza makes his way up into P6, started the race in P20 after a game bug. And now Penguin nearly losing out to Opa in P10, and Opa is just trying to set himself back on the track. This game gets the overtake done on him. And Casper also trying to go side by side through Cup's corner with Opa. Will Opa let him go? I don't think he will. And they're very, very close to each other. They haven't touched, luckily. And Casper gets ahead. Now he's going to begin his charge onto Gamer once again. And Majeld is now going to have to negotiate his way through Opa as well. You see Casper and Majeld are very, very evenly matched on the pace. As now Majeld going, just finishing Margaret and Beckett's. Is going to try and get the overtake done on Opa. He has so much more straight line speed. Opa didn't get the best exit there, but neither did Majeld. But now Majeld going round the right-hander, down the inside, is going to try open himself up there just to take the racing line on exit, and does, and that leaves Opa down into P13 now. He's going to try go for the move there. That's a very late lunge from him, and that's going to make him lose out quite a bit. He's going to have to sit behind Majeld now. Now Gamer is now looking at his next target, a Penguin, and Seth Martin loses the lead. Oh no, Seth Martin had a little moment there, and that's going to drop him down to P3 in the battle. This win is still on for the box, but Ole now leading the sprint race. He has not led a race this late on, in Racers United, and it could be his first sprint victory of the season. And oh, Dodge Demon out of the session. He's lost at Cops, I believe, and yeah, it's on the exit of Cops, and Captain Spec nearly falls in there, and that might be our only DNF of the session. But definitely not the best conditions, and I'm surprised that nearly everyone is still running in the session. As now Ole is just extending the gap more and more to the box. The box is going to be trying so hard to try and just get the move on Ole. He wants this. It's his home race. ABC loses out to Theo, and now Gianni might be looking to make the move on ABC as well. Going down the inside. The touch. Oh no, he spins out Gianni. And Gianni once again out of contention for the podium. And now Gianni is nearly going to lose out to Forza Gamer, who manages to take 1 point away from this. And Gianni just gets a bit in the rough there with ABC. And that allows Bank 6 to get through to P6. It's ABC now. Once again, it's just running a bit further behind, but surely gets a penalty after the race for that. And Ole, absolutely unstoppable, starting the penultimate lap of the sprint race, is getting the fastest lap, and the box is unable to get near him, which is very, very interesting. The box might have been dethroned in this race, and there is no safety cars to save him at this point. But yeah, the box definitely not a wet specialist, and he gets a bit slightly on the exit once again. That's going to allow Ole surely to just gain a bit more on him. Yes, he does. And now the box going to set himself up nicely here. Gains a 10th on Ole. Ole might be messing up a bit. The pressure might be getting into him just a little bit. But now, here we go to the box. Oh no, he's going to lose out once again, going down the old pit straight. And now an interesting part to watch will be Casper and Gamer go side by side at the end of sector 1. Casper down the inside is going to try and get the move done on a Gamer, but he's still Gamer sticking his nose up in the inside on the entry to the old pit straight. And the touching wheels, the banging wheels, but no collisions. And here we go, Casper now has to run the slipstream of Gamer as Miguel also tries to get the move done, but will be unable. He's going to have to stay behind. But Casper now is going to try and get the better exit out of Cops corner. Obviously, both Miguel and Casper did get messed up, done over by that drive-through penalty, which, to be fair, is their own doing, but you gotta remember, fairly unfortunate for them. And Penguin still managed to stay ahead. Must be because of this battle, but Penguin with a 3-second time penalty, and that allowed Gamer, Casper, and Miguel to potentially pass him, if that's his second 3-second time penalty. And Ole set the fastest lap once again. The box nearly 1.3 off of him now. And to start the final lap, Ole will be leading the race. And you see all the drivers coming through now. But Ole, this is the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Ole, who, I'm not too sure what happened to him in quali. I'm pretty sure he started in P18, which is an absolutely spectacular drive if he's managed to get all the way back up through the field. He's getting 17 positions and he's running in P1. What a drive it's been for this man then. As Gamer also has another incident, and that's him down into P15 for the main race if he holds that position, that is. But Ole now is just going to be taking it a bit easier. He doesn't want to spin out. The start of the race in P18 is now running in P1. That is an absolutely extraordinary drive for the AlphaTauri driver, and his team will be very pleased with that one. There's now Ole rounding Cops corner for the final time, potentially in the wet. He might have to negotiate it in the wet in the race if it does rain. But he's absolutely nailed this car to perfection, and now the box is gaining time on him, but Ole won't care. Ole's just trying to bring the car home now. He knows he doesn't have to do anything spectacular to get this sprint victory, and he's coming up to lap the Alfa Romeo of Captain Smek. And Captain Smek must have had an awful drive to nearly be lapped in the matter of 9 laps. But Ole, he started this race in P18, to fight his way up through the field, up through all the carnage, in the full wet conditions, may I add. He's absolutely nailed this race to perfection, as he's going to cross the finish line, and he's going to win the British sprint race. What a race it has been for Ole, and that'll set him up perfectly for the main race. He's managed to dethrone the box, and he's going to become the 4th race winner of Racers United. What a drive from him. We'll see Gianni finishing in P6. Forza is going to finish in P8. What a drive from him to P20 to P8. And oh no, Darkness DNFs as well. And Casper in P9 just mainly misses a point, and his rival behind him of Alpine in Majeld is running in P10. And Gamer is going to finish in P15, as Bavarisha is going to finish in P17, and Captain Smek in P19 maybe. But yeah, Captain Smek doesn't have a wing, which is interesting to note. It hasn't been the best season for Captain Smek. He's definitely not brought up to where the team's expectations. And while his teammate has won a race, he has yet to score any points. But let's have a look at some of the victors from this race. Seth Martin on the podium. Theo from P19 up into P4. What a spectacular drive from him once again. Ole in P1 from P7 or P18. And Forza from P20 to P8, all finishing in the points. I'm going to quickly invite Bank 6 because he disconnected. But for a race like that, you've got to question what's going to happen in the race. As now we're just watching Captain Smek. He's going to round the final corner. And he's nearly going to spin it. Yeah. Race for Captain Smek, who's going to come home in P18 and nearly a lap off every other driver. And Ole gets driver of the day very much deservingly. He is definitely a very strong competitor for driver of the day, but we've still got, I believe it's like 26 laps ahead of us, or 27 laps for the main race. So don't go anywhere just yet. This race will be getting underway very shortly, and I've got the race director glitch once again. Let's just hope, yes, the live timing is working. It's the only time where I've really wanted it to work, and it has worked. But that was absolutely 9 laps of carnage in the full wets. Let's hope it doesn't have the same amount of rain in the main race. But yeah, once again, only 2 DNFs throughout that whole thing in the full wet. You've got to give some props to the drivers on the track. Keeping it nice and clean. And yes, here we go. Ends in just a few moments' time. And it is a dry main race. That is what you love to see. And here we go then. Will the session start straight away? I don't think it will. It's got to give everyone 30 seconds to load their setups, unless everyone loads it straight away, which I doubt will happen because of the weather's change. But Ole will be looking to keep his lead in the race and potentially excel his way much further in the championship. He could take P2 if things go south for Gianni, which they have done so far in this race. You got to remember, Gianni is a man of many things. Anyone could win this race. You've seen in the sprint race how many positions people can gain around this track. And here we go. The session will start momentarily. And it's 5 red lights. Unfortunately, game we get to drive through penalty for a jump stop, but here we go, it's light out and away we go for the main race. And Seth Martin already into P2. All they manages to maintain the lead into P1. And Johnny up into P3. The box has dropped down to P5. It's been a terrible start for him. And Johnny and ABC side by side. Johnny's going to go down on the last driver, and he's going to try and get the move done. He does get the move done, and the box also looking for a move on ABC. ABC dropped down into P5, but ABC down the inside. He's going to look to get the move done on the box and defend his position. He's unable to, and Casper now in P6 is going to try and get the run on ABC as well as Mageldo in the Alpine. Already trying to fight their way back up into the lead, and ABC runs a bit wide there. That's going to allow Casper through, but Mageldo's going to have to stay just a bit further. ABC nearly spins there. It's been a terrible start for him, and Theo is going to try and get him down the old pit straight. Maybe into Cops corner. Husky gets the overtake done on Theo and ABC, and is now going to be running in P7. As Theo, ABC and Husky side by side into Cops corner is going to stay behind as Husky runs a bit wide there and is now into P7. Magellan was having a moment there because now he's running quite far off of Casper, and ABC down into P9. Theo up into P8 is going to look for the move on Husky to get himself into P7 once again, but Theo started in P4, so he's definitely had a terrible and shocking start. There's Bank 6, now all over the rear of ABC once again. ABC, terrible start for him. And he runs a bit wide. And this setup is definitely not to ABC's liking. He's down into P10, nearly out of the point. But Bank 6 is going to go around the outside, side by side, into the final corner with ABC. And ABC runs wide, he locks up into him. And now Bank 6 nearly going to drop out the point to P14. There's a massive 4-car battle there. As Dodge spins out, Orpa spins out. Both of the Aston Martins out of the points and out of any contention. The now Penguin's going to try fight with Bank 6 for P12. As Bank 6 side by side with State Daisy for P11. And is now going to try and challenge Captain Spec, who's made his way up into P10 off the start of the race. Forza going to start. There's a drive-through penalty, and what a crazy start this has been as Bank 6 down the inside of State Daisy. It's going to try and get the move done, and with the inside line, it's definitely going to have a decent shot, but State Daisy round the outside. Finishing up Sector 1 is going to be much faster in straight line speed, and that might allow Bank 6 to try and get the move on him in the old pit straight. As he gets more downforce around here, and he sort of messed that one up, and that's going to see him out of contention there. Now Gianni is nearly all over the rear of Seth Martin. He's going to try and get the move done into P2, but is unable to in the box. Home nerves have got him just a little bit. He started in P2, he's now running in P4. Definitely not the best start for him. Obviously have to start in front pole position. Is definitely a bit more nervous than usual, and it could be affecting his performance, but this has allowed Ole to get through, like nearly outweighed, it's already out of a second of Seth Martin and Gianni, and with these two fighting, that gap will surely just increase more and more. But now, here we go for Gianni. He's going to try and get the run on Seth Martin into turn 1, not really a place where you get the overtakes done, but you never know, it could be done. There's now Gianni all over the rear of Seth Martin once again. He's going to try and get the move done, is unable to. And it will set himself up perfectly for the first DRS straight of the weekend, apart from qualifying. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. That is going to be Pascal, who spins out. And unfortunate for him, but now Gianni down the inside. Seth Martin's going to be able to take the race line back, and the box is going to be able to get within a second of Seth Martin once again, but Casper all over the rear of the box. The box has to worry about that as well. As Seth Martin's going to try and get it done on Gianni, but it's going to have to stay behind. He's going to have more straight line speed. He's going to be in the slipstream of Gianni, and he's going to try get a move done, but he's way too far back to get anything done at the moment. And Captain Specs is another 3-second time penalty, and that will probably drop him down into P15 at the moment. And now Seth Martin, through Maggott and Beckett, is going to try to get a better exit than Gianni, and definitely gain a bit of time and through there, but sort of compromise his exit, and with the DRS, we'll just be able to claw that lost time back, but not enough to get a move done. And all his time is sort of dropping now as Gianni managed to clear Seth Martin, and Seth Martin's losing out more time now. But Seth Martin still running in P3, definitely a great starting point for him. State Daisy and Captain Smeck side by side, and is going to try and get the move done. I'm pretty sure Captain Specs defending that position perfectly there, and Bavarisha out of the session in the pit lane already. Doesn't think he can get anything out of the race with 23 laps to go. Anything could happen. But yes, Bavarisha out of the session. And now, Gianni's actually managed to get within a second of Ole. And let's see if he can get any time, but the box crucially is within DRS of Seth Martin now, 5 times off of him. See if he can try and get the move done on him. Looks just have to stay behind now, and everyone is sort of in the wrong positions apart from Bank 6 with the DRS on State Daisy, who has the DRS on Captain Smeck, is unable to get anything done. And Gamer and Orpa had a very big collision there. What on earth has happened there between those two? That will definitely get reported after the race surely. And Skirl on the DRS of Forza Gamer. Forza Gamer did have to service drive-through penalty as Dodge Demon now ran a bit wide there, and Forza Gamer just going to swoop right past them there, and then nearly touch the rear there. But Dodge Demon, not looking to let go of that position, is trying to get down the inside of Forza. Now Gianni, very, very close to Ole now. Ole's locked out a lot of time. Ole's recharging the pack, and Gianni still has nearly half of his DRS left, or ERS even. And will be desperate to just try to pull away more and more. But Ole, this might be a short-lived dream for him, and a very big one for Gianni, because he's now going to be able to challenge for P1 for the next DRS straight. He's just maximising these corners here. The pressure is definitely getting to Ole. But Gianni, most importantly, a non-British driver, is trying to win this race. And this, if he manages to do it, will be able to drastically close the gap to him in the box in the championship by over 13 points. And the box, at this moment in time, will be unable to stop any new competitors from winning the championship. Will be around 5 points off if he finishes the way it is right now. But now Gianni, will he use the overtake? Will he try to get the move done into Cops corner? He is going to use the overtake on the exit down the old pit straight then. Here we go. He's going to hold off just a little bit and is not going to go for the move. Going to have to stay behind him through Cops corner, and definitely gains a lot of time on him through there. Through Margaret and Beckett. Let's see how he plays it then. He's definitely didn't have the best sprint race, but he's going to be able to make up for it drastically in the race. Here we go. Gianni, this is his only competitor. And now with the DRS, it's going to be his first overtaking opportunity. And with the DRS, he's going to go down the inside. And it's going to be able to pull back onto the racing line. And Gianni is in the lead of the race. Crucial for him. And Husky and Theo also side by side. Theo stays behind. And Husky now going to have to defend a bit more, and it's going to lose him a lot of time to Majel in the Alpine, who's 2 seconds off of Casper. And oh no, Seth Martin spins out. That's really unfortunate for him. He was in the podium positions and is now down in P9 alongside his teammate, or P8 alongside his teammate, who's very close behind him. Ole might be charging the pack, getting ready for an attack on Gianni. It might be a bit too soon though. He might just want to stay behind in the DRS. When Ole gets out of Gianni's DRS, Gianni will be at a very big advantage and will be able to extend his lead as much as possible. And Dark Demon and Gamer both spin out. Definitely not their races today. And Skull also spins out. That's very big. And Gamer also running in P19. It's super unfortunate. We saw him nearly challenging for the lead last time out in Canada, and is now nearly out. Well, he's pretty much out the race unless the safety car comes out. There is still 20 laps left, and it could be anything which happens from now till the checkered flag. And ABC gets overtook by Stay Dizzy through Cops corner. Sorry, we missed that. Banks gets a 3-second time penalty then. And once again, I'm just going to have to go for everyone in the entire world. Doc Jamin spins out. There's the box side by side with Ole. Tries to get the move done. Ole around the outside though manages to keep the position in the box. He's going to have to go down the inside once again. He's going to just stay behind then. The box trying to make a good recovery drive here then, as Ole had to pace them in the wet. Might not be so good in the dry though. As now we'll see the box getting his charge on Ole. He has dropped out of the DRS to Gianni now, which is going to be very, very important when it comes to getting this overtake done then. As Casper is trying to get within a second of the box and is not going to be able to get it within it though. There's the box now on Ole as well. Trying to get that move done. No, not even trying to get the move done, just trying to get closer and closer to get the move done eventually. Now Stay Dizzy on Seth Martin. Is he going to do it? No, he's going to get very close to him. Very close on the rear. He actually might be able to get around the outside of him, or maybe go for a sneaky switchback on him, and is unable to do so. And Stay Dizzy is going to have to stay behind him in P9. There's a bit of debris on the track there. I don't know if you saw that. He ran over it, which won't give him a puncture. I don't think he can get a puncture on this damage setting. Now the box coming to lap 2 drivers. That is oh, actually no, the box around the outside of Ole gets the move done, and now his charge for Gianni is going to begin. He wants his win. He wants his home win, and at this point is I'm pretty sure it is on a gain for what Gianni got in the sprint race, or Gianni might just gain a little bit on him. But this is a good position for Gianni, and also an even better position for the box. But the box is drove spectacularly all season. He's kept it very consistent, and that has kept him where he is at the moment, leading the championship. But Gianni is saying, no, you will not win the championship. I want to win it. And at the moment, it looks fairly likely that it is going the way of the box. But the box, you gotta remember, anything can happen. Gianni definitely had a big stroke of bad luck. So who's to say that the exact same cannot happen to the box. And here we go then. Ole. Just sitting behind the box. He hasn't dropped out of DRS just yet, which is sort of keeping Casper at bay at the moment. But Casper will be looking to make that charge shortly. He's been charging the pack up compared to Ole, who's using it all to stay in the DRS then. And a Skull and Captain Smek, I believe, were looking for the position there. It looked like Captain Smek nearly spun. And Dodge Demon has been lapped up to P14. And it's going to have to let Opa pass. That's his teammate. A bit like Monaco in is it 2021 with Daniel Ricciardo. Now the race is sort of settling in already. Actually not such yet. The AlphaTauri of Husky running in P6, being chased down by Theo in P7, only 2 attempts off of him. We'll be looking to get the move done at DRS straight. But Theo has to be confident that he can pull out that second fairly fast, because there is a bit of a gap between P6 and P5 by around 3 seconds. And once again, Ole is just about going to stay in the DRS. He's going to gain a bit of time. He's nearly dropped out of a second though, so that might be the last bit of DRS that Ole gets from the box. And he has dropped out of a second now, as Casper is going to begin his charge onto Ole for the final podium position for P3. And Bank 6 and Seth Martin have a little move there, or Seth Martin might have spun out. He's running P13. So unfortunate from Seth Martin, who's running so well. And Theo, 3 attempts off of Husky, looking to get that move done as soon as possible. He runs a bit wide there. That would definitely be a warning for track limits, and could go the way of Husky, but Husky does have that time penalty, you've got to remember, which will see him. Oh no, he gets another time penalty, and that sort of compromises his exit, and that gives Field the DRS once again. And I don't think he's going to try pass him here. He's sort of just enjoying this DRS, which he's getting at the moment. And oh, Gianni comes into the pit lane then. Let's see what Gianni goes on to. He's lap 9, so it'll be around at this time where the sprint ended. But let's see, our first person to come into the pit lane then. It will be the long awaited pit stop. Okay, here we go. It's going to be the hard compound tires for Gianni. He might actually look to go on to the softs coming into this race and Dodge Demon out of the session. Will that bring out a safety car though? Let's have a look. I don't think it will. So that is lucky for us, and Dodge Demon, yes, leaves the session. Now the box retakes the lead of the race. It's his, I think it's his first time leading the lap at the British Grand Prix. It's a bit like Lewis Hamilton benefiting off the pits, but you know, remember, like Lewis Hamilton, the box can actually win a race in the F1 22 cars. Sorry, Lewis Hamilton, I love you. Kind of sad to see. Oh, and what happened with Theo and Husky? Theo's 2.3 off him now. Has been chased down by his teammates, stayed Daisy. As Opa comes into the pit lane as well, he went onto the hard compound tyres. They were looking to take those to the finish then. But Gianni, with a very, very interesting strategy then. Let's see. Forza gained 3 seconds on him in that last lap. So that means Gianni must have had a little moment, because I don't think that account actually no, Gianni might not have had that moment. No, I just mean him pitting. Yes, Ole now coming into the pit lane as well. Let's see what Ole goes on to. It's a very, very long pit lane. It's very slow as well. So let's see if Gianni goes ahead. Let's see if we missed anything from him. Theo also comes into the pit lane. He don't think those tyres are working no more for him. And now for the outside driver, it's going to be the hard compound tyres. Now let's see Gianni, as he's rounding the final couple of corners. It will be fairly close coming out, because Gianni's tyres didn't have time to warm up compared to when these pitted. It was only a 1 lap diff. And then here we go, Ole coming out of the pit lane. Gianni will pass him by a mile, I would say there. Yeah, he's definitely got Gianni in his sights. But you got to remember, those tyres will be very, very cold. And Gianni coming to lap Gamer, that is heartbreaking. Because Gamer was He is such a good talent, and yeah, the British GP just hasn't went his way one bit. As I've been seeing a lot of collisions, but ABC now going on the old pit straight, trying to get his run on bank 6, and Husky in the podium position. You love to see it. There's been Gerald also running in P2. All of these yet to pit as Darkner gets a 3-second time penalty, running in P6. And then here we go. Casper also pitted. Casper went on to the hard tyres, and he's going to be just behind his teammate there, Forza. Will his teammate let him past, or will he try to play the team game for Mercedes? This game gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. There's now Casper getting the chase on his teammate, and Gerald comes in the pit lane. That means the box is staying out once again, and Husky also in the pit lane. Dizzy in the pit lane as well. Let's see where Gianni comes out compared to these. His tyres will have had time to warm up, and he will definitely be a lot faster now. And Ole, let's not have a look at that. Let's have a look at this. Gianni was, oh, okay, we'll figure it out in 1 second. But this, theoretically, should bring Gianni up into P3 by a mile. Let's see, we go then. Gianni says the fastest lap over 1:30.6, and it's 5 or 9 seconds faster than Penguin on that last lap. And Penguin now running in P2. His 40 game is out of session. He retires in the pit lane, which is all good for him. Doesn't think he can get any points from this race. I definitely wouldn't recommend ever retiring in the pit lane, because you never know what can happen in the race. We've seen it before. Safety cars have just determined a lot of races before. But now, going down the old pit straight will be Gianni, and he has gained quite a bit to the box, who is now running 26 seconds ahead. I'm pretty sure the pit time is a lot longer than 27 seconds, or 26 seconds. So Gianni's definitely made the right call here, but you've got to remember, these tyres are going to start getting worn in, and the box is yet to even go on them. So the box will definitely have the pace come the end of the race, and that may be the crucial time which he needs to get this race victory. But the box is putting on the mad one. He still hasn't came into the pit lane yet, which is very interesting. And neither has Penguin, and I don't think anyone else is yet to pit apart from them two. And Opa spins out once again and is running in P16. And Bank gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. There's definitely a lot of time penalties going out for track limits. The game is set to 1:30.5 on those medium tyres. Still just trying to unlock himself from from Gianni. And he will get the DRS on Gianni, but it's definitely not the battle we are looking for. It's now bank 6. Might be looking to get the move done on ABC. He's going to sit behind though, as the Captain Smek goes up into P13. That was a very, very ambitious run from him. And he's now going to be challenging with ABC for P12. I feel nearly 2 seconds off Husky now, and might be just trying to close the gap just a little bit. Want to have a look at Skull though. Let's see how long it takes for him to be in the pit lane. Let's see then. Was it 2.2 second pit stop for Skull? As he exits the pit, it's definitely a lot longer than 27 seconds, and that times went down to nearly 26 seconds. It's around getting rid of the 5-second time penalty, and the time which he weighed in after was around 30 seconds, I'd say, the pit stop. Oh no, Penguin spins out and opens out the session. He retires in the pit lane. Once again, there's a lot of drivers retiring in the pit lane. If you are watching the stream, please do not retire in the pit lane. I think Wolffield gets a 3-second time penalty, which is very beneficial to Husky. And now we can see the gap. Gianni is going to get the run on Penguin, because Penguin spun out. But did Penguin pit yet? That's a question. Has Penguin pitted yet? No, he hasn't pitted yet. Have a look at the time penalties then. Captain Smek with 17 seconds of time penalty. Simply, I'm just going to say this here, is unacceptable. Getting so many penalties in a race is yeah, just not what anyone likes to see at all. But now Gianni with the DRS on Penguin. This is definitely not something which he planned to do earlier on in this race. Is now going to get the run onto Penguin and try get the move done. Penguin, those tyres are going to be a lot older than Gianni's. And the box now is definitely playing a bit of a risky game. It's going to come out just ahead of Ole if he does decide to pit now. But anyways, here we go for Gianni. Oh, Penguin runs a bit wide there on the exit of Cops. And now going through Margaret and Beckett. Let's see if Johnny can gain any more. But Johnny might not be looking to go for the move. He knows Penguin still has to pit. Or he might know that. I'm not too sure if he knows that or not. But now Johnny, with the DRS, is going to get closer and closer to Penguin. I don't know if he's charging the battery or not. I don't know if he's trying to get that done. But here we go for Johnny. In the slipstream of Penguin. And I won't get a very effective slipstream, if I do say so myself, from that. But now Johnny, so much closer now. 3 attempts is the gap. In the box, still yet to pit. He actually might be able to just edge a bit further ahead, even though those medium tyre or those hard tyres will be iron. Oh, that is actually very interesting to note then. The box is on hards, and Johnny is on hards as well. The box has to switch onto a softer tyre, which will be the mediums, which will give him significant pace boosts, considering the box still hasn't pitted, and those tyres will be around 5 times to nearly a second a lap faster. And there's only 11 laps after this race, as Johnny has to brake a little there, and this is helping the box more and more. Penguin definitely playing a good game here for the McLaren. And looks like the box might be able to prevail, but it all depends on when he comes into the pit lane. I believe Penguin and the box will pit at the same time as each other. And there we go, the box is coming into the pit lane. This is going to be very interesting to watch, because Penguin will also be coming into the pit lane. But you've got to remember, Johnny and Penguin are also powered, and Penguin gets a bad exit there, and that is going to allow Johnny to get ahead. But that has held Johnny up so much, and will Penguin try to fight that? I don't think he'll be able to do that. But here we go now, the box onto the fresh mediums. Let's see where Johnny comes out ahead of him, or compared to him. That pit lane is going to be super, super long for the box. He's going to be thinking, oh, when does this end? But now the box exiting the pit lane. Here we go then. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Johnny. Johnny is going to come out ahead, but the box is going to be very, very close to him. He's going to be in his sight. And it's nearly the second, nearly a gap of less than a second already in the box. Those tyres will take a lot less time to heat up. And the box actually will probably get the DRS off of the Ferrari. And here we go then. For the box, will he get the DRS? It's crucial. He will get the DRS, and that might give the box an overtaking opportunity next lap. As now, we'll see the box just gaining more and more on Johnny. Those tyres are coming to life slowly and slowly, but will help the box more and more. As Gamer also, you've got to remember, he will get DRS off Gamer, and if the box can just push to within a second of Gamer, he will be able to get the move done as soon as possible. Through Cop's corner then. That'll definitely help the tyres get to temperatures. And we'll see, it's going to be nice blue skies for the rest of this session. And let's see for the box then. As he just finishes Maggots and Beckett's coming out, he's going to get a DRS once again on Gamer. And this is definitely not the position Gamer wanted to be in, being lapped. But we've also got to remember that Gamer just had a very unfortunate race. And that saw him being lapped. You'd ideally see himself fighting in this battle for the lead. But things just haven't went his way. And Ole, running in P3, definitely was unable to match the speed of Johnny and the box. And is now running more and more, and Gamer gets another 3-second time penalty. And that'll see him get lapped by the box. He's going to have to move out of the way and let the box do his work. And now the box within a second of Johnny will get the help of DRS from Gamer. Will now just be able to close the gap more and more. It's 6 tenths is the gap. He's gained so much there, and he's got a purple sector 1, rightfully so. And now here we go. Casper running in P5, which is a good starting position for him. Mageld running in P4. 2 new people to Season 2 of the league, which is great to see them running in some decent positions. Penguin got promoted from Tier 2 after getting a P2 race. AT went down to Tier 2. It was all based on time and availability. AT won't be able to make any of these Saturday races anymore, so I'll ultimately see him out of the championship. But here we go then. The box is going to get his first taste on Johnny, and he's got so much more straight line speed. Here we go for the box. It's going to go down the inside. He doesn't even need to go pretty side-by-side action there. He just gets the move done. And Gianni, those tyres will be growing a bit more and more. No, Gianni gets a 3-second time penalty. And that's just solidified the box's lead once again. The gap is 3.5, but Gianni will still get DRS in the box. That's a 129.3. That's like 1.3 faster than Gianni's best lap. And it's Helen, because he is nearly 7 times ahead already. Gianni will get DRS with the next DRS zone, but it might be his last helping of DRS. Because the box's tyres are just so much better. The box has played this beautifully, starting on the harder tyres, and there was no safety car, which definitely played into his hands a lot more. 8 laps to go though, we're in the same position as we were in the sprint. Lap 2 of the sprint, I believe the box was fighting in the lead. Gianni was fairly up there, but the end of this race has been fairly anticlimactic, and State Daisy at some point did get ahead of Field, because now Field's running in P8. Williams not had the best weekend, but still getting some nice points, and that'll help him in the championship. But you've also got to remember that AlphaTauri, Alpine, and Alfa Romeo are all fighting for that P3 position, and that has just helped. Actually, no, Alpine's in P2, but Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri, although Gianni is running a cool P2 here, Ole and Husky both combined will overrule the Alfa Romeo, and that might see them take P3 in the championship. But at this moment in time though, the Williams are out, and Captain Smek getting lapped once again. He's retired from the session in the pit lane, which can't get anything more out of it. Game is just going to ride this one out to the end. It's definitely better for the timing sheets if you do not retire in the pits. I believe there's 3 or 4 drivers who have retired in the pits today, which could have seen a lot more action on track, definitely. Might be sensible to, encourage drivers never to retire in the pit lane. And here we go, State Daisy. Going to have straight line speed on Husky. He's going to try to go for the move. It would be a fairly ambitious move. He's going to stay behind, but with more grip and just more straight line speed. State Daisy's going to try take a lunge down the outside. Husky gives him the room which he wants, and that'll allow State Daisy to get his nose in down the inside once again on Husky, and he will get the DRS, which is going to help him even more. So with the slipstream and the DRS, here we go then for Husky. Down the inside, he will go on the AlphaTauri driver and get the move done. Husky though tries to go for the switchback, is unable to do so, and nearly hits into the rear, and that's going to bring Phil into the action to try and get the move done on Husky. Husky's dropping positions here quite a lot and quite fast, just quite alerting. Now here we go then for Husky. Wants to get that position back on State Daisy and runs a bit wide there. That'll definitely give him a warning. Not doing the best with track limits at his home race, but the box, a British driver, is going to be winning if he can keep this up. He's extended the gap by another 4 attempts, and you got to remember Gianni with 3-second time penalty. That's just going to bring the box more into play. But what an extraordinary drive from the Alfa Romeo driver to come back after such a poor position in the sprint race to come up into P2. But once again, the box, nobody can deny him this one. He has done it through merit and fought his way through. He definitely has to earn this one a bit more, but with the correct strategy. This man is a strategy Master Chief. He should get himself over a Ferrari and fix them up. But now, here we go then. Theo will be trying to get the move done on Husky. Husky has dropped out of a second to State Daisy, but Theo getting that little moment there. He's going to drop 2 attempts and that'll put him out of any contention for fighting for position. And there we go, he's dropped out for a second. He will be able to get back in just a little bit, but it could be lost if he does have a little moment like that once again. Let's have a look at the fastest sectors so far. So Gamer is actually dominating sector 1, sector 2, but the box dominating sector 3 for 24.2, which is very, very fast. And the weather, once again, is just going to stay fairly dry, and the box is challenging for P0. Theo, though, will be challenging Benny Husk for P7. It's going to be fairly crucial to him that he gets his move done. And here we go with the DRS. He will have more straight line speed, I believe. Let's have a look. Yes, he does have a lot more straight line speed. It's around 10 kilometers an hour, I'd say. Which is going to give him the edge onto Benny Husk. And ultimately allow him to get through. And then here we go then for Theo. In the slipstream of Husky. Just compare the lap times with each other. So Theo was 200 faster on that lap. He lost 3 attempts in sector 1, as you saw with that little incident. But is now seeing him very nicely in P8, and he won't be looking to stay there for long. He's going to try to get the move done on Husky. Let's see then for Husky. You can see Theo just very close behind him. Is he going to get the move done? I don't think he will. He's super close to him now. But Benny Husk will just be able to keep that gap. But it is closing more and more each lap. So he will have to watch out then. And there we go. That is our could be our thumbnail for the Racers United YouTube. Yeah, we post all the highlights on YouTube, by the way. And this is actually a decent time to remind everyone to vote for your driver of the day. RacersUnited.net/vote. It'll be a very sensible choice for you to go and do that right now. Definitely mine at the moment would probably be Ole or the Alfa Romeo of Gianni, who's definitely drove spectacularly today. And here we go, Theo and Ole, Theo and Benny side by side. Theo gets the move done on Benny. Benny will try to fight it though. Will he be able to get the move done? I don't think he will be. He's going to have to sit behind now. And we'll just have to look for the next opportunity to overtake, which will probably be at the DRS zone. So here we go then. Yes, Benny once again just behind. And that should be enough footage for us to get a decent thumbnail out of the for the VOD. And here we go then for Husky. He's gonna get closer and closer to Theo, but is unable to make anything of it. And ABC now in the pit lane. What tyre is he gonna go onto? He might actually try to go for fastest lap and take that fastest lap away from the box, who didn't take full gold here today. It would have been full gold, but he did finish P2 in the sprint race, so he's dropping down 1 point. And here we go then for ABC. It will be the soft compound tyres. Doesn't get any fresh tyres on, but he just wants to take that point away from the McLaren, which is fair enough. Now Theo actually getting on the rear of State Daisy, who's having a terrible run there, and Gamer once again getting time penalties. And yeah, definitely not the best race for Skull or Gamer. And now here we go, Theo is just going to get left past by his teammate there. His teammate's definitely playing the team game, trying to get as much points for Williams as possible, but I really don't think that would have changed anything, because there is a 8-second gap between him and Casper, and Casper's kept it pretty consistent. We haven't seen much of him so far in the race with 3 laps to go, and Gamer retires in the pit lane. But once again, another retirement in the pits. And there we go, here we go. Mageld had a great session. Great start to his Racers United career. Is now chasing down Ole for P3 for the final podium position of the race. So let's see what he can get then. He's just getting closer and closer, and it could be a podium for his first race, but it's not a familiar sight to see. It's an unfamiliar sight to see the box and Gianni sitting in P1 and P2. But Ole has seen himself on the podium quite a lot here. I'm going to be proud of his performance today. He's definitely brought in a great run for the AlphaTauris, and Williams actually might just be able to keep in the battle just a tad bit, but not by a lot though. And now the pack is sort of just spreading up once again, but the box starting lap 24, 2 laps to go in this race. They're setting up quite well, and oh no, ABC. The spin coming out the pit lane is now going to try and battle for that fastest lap, but with those tyres just being mudded like he did there, will be fairly hard for him to. Husky's going to be trying to fight his heart out for that final position gain on State Daisy, but as it looks right now, Darkness and Penguin could battle for position, but as it as it stands, this will probably be the finishing order for the race. Yeah, once again, just I'm pretty sure there's 5 or 6 drivers who have all retired in the pit lane. I think it was 5. I mean, we could have had 18 finishes in this race, but yeah, I think there might be a rule implemented to stop that. I don't know. It will all be sorted after the race. And here we go, Mageld. Now the gap is less than a second to Ole. Ole, those tyres are falling off a cliff for him. As now Mageld is just getting the grip which he needs on Ole. And let's see, with the DRS, he's going to be able to get closer and closer. And with 2 laps to go, this could be the podium for Mageld. And the box is going to start the penultimate lap of this race. But the battle here is with these two. So let's have a look as Ole, Mageld against 4 times. Oh, Casper gets a 3-second time penalty. That won't affect him too much though. That will probably mean he still finishes in P5. Here we go then for Mageld. He's going to get very, very close to Ole. 5 temps is the gap and closing. Ole seems to have him in this first sector. But here we go then for the Alpine driver as he begins his DRS. Well, he gets the DRS wide open. It's going to be 5 times the gap at the start. Let's see how close he can get to then. Super close, closer and closer and closer. It's going to be 4.5, so he didn't really gain much on that straight. But he's definitely preying on some more Ole mistakes in these corners. You can definitely see he's running a bit wider than he wants to. And Ole is going to be pushing it all in the ERS to ensure that he is the one who finishes on the podium today. But the gap's closing more and more. 3 temps now, and Husky and Sid Dizzy fight position. Oh no, Sid Dizzy spin down. Not going to allow Darkness and Penguin to get the run on him. And there we go, Darkness gets through. So does Penguin, who's going to try fight him now into Cop's corner maybe. Will not be able to challenge it. But that has definitely broken up the battle between them two. And Sid Dizzy now in the pack for the near the final point positions. And here we go, the box beginning the final lap of this race. Has been unchallenged for the second part of his stint, and is sort of just going to cruise his way to victory. It's going to be the British man to take victory. But here we go for Mageld. 3 attempts as a gap now. He's going to be pushing all that ERS. He's going to try to get the overtake done on this final lap. He will have him with the time penalty anyways, but he just wants to get it done on track maybe. But here we go for Mageld then. He goes through the final time. It'll be him negotiating lap, not lap 26. It'll be his final time negotiating sector 1 in this season for Mageld, and will not get close enough in sector 1. Put the box round in Cop's corner now. 7 seconds. It's a gap to Gianni. As Mageld gets super close to Ole there. He's definitely trying to get this done on track. He's trying to bring up some last lap drama to us. And here we go then, Mageld is going to go down the inside of Ole into Cop's corner, and it's going to stay just a bit behind him. And Ole runs wide in Cop's corner, and that allows Mageld to get through. Ole now is unable to challenge it, but the box in sector 3 now. He's done everything he needs to today. He had a bad start. He's managed to fight his way back up through the field. It's definitely been an uncertain one for the box, but the strategy played into his hands, and the British man is going to round the final corner to win the British Grand Prix, his home race. What a drive from him. And he has knocked anyone newcomers into the league from winning, as Gianni finishes in P2. A great recovery drive from him. Mageld and Ole fighting into the final corner. Who's going to come out on top? Ole. Mageld is going to take the line first and will finish in P3. Ole has a little collision with each other there. And Casper comes to finish in P5. Theo, Husky and Sid Daisy had a great battle at the end there. Theo comes to finish in P6. Husky comes to finish in P7. And Sid Daisy into P8. Penguin, Darkness and Seth Martin are the last ones to cross the finish line. But Seth Martin definitely had a lot more in him today. Just didn't manage to get it done. But he will take P10. And that'd be 1 point for the Haas team. But yeah, super unfortunate of him. Gianni takes driver of the day in the main race, but obviously we do a whole weekend driver of the day. So remember to vote for your driver of the day, raceunited.net/roll. I'll put a graphic on the screen in a second, which one to get. This victory for the box. Field, there we go. Got a nice McLaren cap, I've got the same one. And the box, for the 7th time this season, will step on the top step of the podium. Great race from him today. Definitely got the home victory which he was looking for, and has made McLaren very proud. Extending the lead once more. And there we go, get the champagne open. What a waste, what a waste. Our voice is nearly gone once again. We're going to go up to the cool down room now. Just let this all finish. We need to get some crucial data as well beforehand. And a lot of penalties. There we go. Incidents. Oh, there's quite a lot of incidents. Let's get these all up. Yeah, there's a lot of track limit warnings. Let's go pit stops. There we go, all done. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a race weekend done. Let's go to the cool down room now then, where we will see our race winners. Johnny.
Who taking you? Oh, okay. Hello? GG.
That's alright. Do love Silverstone.
Hmm?
Do love Silverstone.
Not really. I have only one league race here, so that's what I expect when we practice at Melbourne, if I remember well. Yeah, it was Melbourne. You said it is your best track, so
Fair enough.
anything else.
Yeah, I've been practicing a lot recently. I've had a few league races this last month or two here.
Understand. Can you talk a little bit more, because I need to put your volume up.
Alright, yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's good now. Oh, what was that sprint race, man? Jesus bloody Christ. Your teammate is just bloody stop on the middle of the corner.
We was just going side by side allowing. We didn't want to take each other out, I think.
And who has been? Of course not. Of course not the heated car. Am I spinning? Of course I'm spinning. Ah, Jesus. Yeah.
No, I was not good in the way at all. I hated it.
Actually, it was pretty hard to drive in the with the dry setup.
Yeah, I just couldn't get. Did you have a dry setup?
Yeah, it was a dry setup for me. I used dry setup, of course.
I was going to say, sort of a few fastest laps for you, but I just couldn't get traction out of corners. I was like good into corners, good mid corner, but out of the corner, I just could not get any power down.
I used 11 rear wing, so yeah, not really much grip. So yeah, but it was actually really fun. It was a nice comeback. I was lost and I came back to P6 maybe. Oh my god, at the start, who's the Mercedes guy? Forza Gamer, if I say his name. The guy is jump started and he was in P8, so he started right in front of me, back behind me, sorry. And he got the drive-through, he got the jump start, and he pushed me. So I just made a rocket line start.
So I saw something in my mirror. A few people got a good start.
Yeah.
Because you came right up on the inside, didn't you? And I was like, oh, mate, surely that's not a jump start.
Yeah, he pushed me behind. So yeah, it was a good start for me. Actually, at the what is it? The strategy choosing. Sorry, I cannot choose hard tire for my start. I wanted to start on the hard tire too, but I cannot. It just bugged or something.
You got to change yourself to a two-stop, put medium, and then put the first one as hard. That's the only way. It took me a few attempts to get. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just glad there's no safety cars because that strategy would have been ruined. Like at the end, even though I was only done like 11 laps on those mediums, I was on like 50%.
Nice.
So good job there wasn't any safety cars. And then on the last lap, I was just pushing way too hard because I had like some guy gave me DRS in the first sector. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'll be on for
The Red
half
Bull
the
guy,
lap
yeah.
here. Yeah, so I was like pushing it through
Mm.
maggots and Beckett's, and then I just got a little bit wide, and I was like, oh shit, better calm down, just get myself to the finish line.
Yes, absolutely. When I asked my teammate, Captain Smack, actually, because he retired at the middle of the race somewhere at lap 14 or something, I asked him, how many warnings got the box? Should I fight back? And he said, 0. Okay, then cool down. I just take it.
I was in the end
just
on
take it
2
home.
warnings.
At the end, 2 warning.
Yeah,
Wow, nice, interesting.
but I did see that penalty, and I thought, oh, that's it. Like it's so easy to go wide through cops, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna end the the cooldown room there. We're gonna go to the interview room now. We're gonna interview everyone. Everyone remember, you can vote for your drive of the day at racersunited.net/vote. We want to get as many votes in as possible. So, anyways, here we go. Let's get our first person in. Won't interrupt the people in the cooldown room at the moment. We'll come pop with them later. But anyways, here we go. The interviews. The Haas driver of Steph Martin first. Hello, Seth.
Oh, what's up?
Hello. So, in the sprint race, you were running in first for a while, which was really good to see. But you had a little incident that just dropped you down the pack a bit, and then in the race, you were running fairly well, and another incident which dropped you down the field.
I've kind of done a bit of a revamp of my setups recently. I'm kind of more focused on a race pace, as I was previously doing time trial setups, and it was kind of a noob mistake because they were too aggressive setups, and I was just spinning too much in other leagues and in this league as well. So I went for a more race pace setup, and yeah, the qualifying was okay. I got I think it was P9 in the end or something like that, and with all the, since it was wet and everyone's going off, but I managed to keep it on track, and the 2 guys ahead of me had the VS, or not the drive-throughs, and when they went in, I was in, and about lap 7 I spun it, but if I hadn't spun, I think I might have won that sprint race, but ultimately we got P3 in the end, and my teammate ABC got P5, I think, or P6, so that was 10 points, which, out of the previous races we just haven't really been performing, so I think that was a really strong result for us in that. And then in the race, managed to overtake Box in the start, but yeah, with, as you said, those little spins, I just got to iron those out. But apart from that, yeah, I think it was ultimately a positive race. Managed to just about get P10 at the end with Darkness. I think he had a bit of a spin, managed just with penalties get that at the end. So at least there was, that point, and then the 10 points. We got 11 points as a team, which I think ultimately is a great result. And now we just got to put our heads down and focus on the next race for Austria, I think. It's Austria, yeah.
Is it Austria? It is Austria.
Yeah, so
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, no, so yeah, but I had a really fun race. I was doing a couple of battles with the guys, and ultimately I was enjoying myself and I was having a good time. So yeah, good race for us.
Okay, well, better luck in the next race. You've got good race pace. It's obviously just consistency which lets you down there. Yeah. See you.
Yeah, thanks.
That was Seth Martin. We're going to bring in the Alfa Romeo driver of... not the Alfa Romeo. Well, it was an Alpine. They did drive an Alpine today, but they are a Alfa Romeo reserve driver. You can see where he gets the pace from. But it is Magelda. Am I saying that right, Magelda? I've said that over race.
Yeah. It's right.
Yeah, it was a fairly good race from you today. Finishing on the podium in your maiden race in the league. I mean, just give us your thoughts on that race.
The sprint race was pretty chaotic, but I managed to get a good start on the wets. I almost had like 3 moments where I almost spun, but when the virtual safety car came out, the delta didn't show, so I didn't. I did get a drive-through penalty.
Yeah,
So
that was unfortunate. You and
wasn't-
Casper both got drive-through penalties. You were both leading the sprint, and then yeah, that set you down into, I believe it was P10 for the start of the race, right?
Yeah, at the future race, it was absolutely chaos at the start. There was a Mercedes jumping the start and everything. So I tried to make the best of it, and I managed to not spin. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you finished P3, so it's a great start to your time in the league, helping Alpine definitely get quite a few points who you were reserving for today.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope we can see more of you in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, right. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Okay, right. We're gonna bring in. Who is it? We're gonna bring in. Let's bring in the home hero. Why don't we? The McLaren, the home hero. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Once again, the Bok, 7-time race winner in Racers United. Now he is the home hero today, winning from P2 at the start of the race.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, I mean,
Big race was pretty fun, though.
done it for the home fans today, right?
Mm.
Definitely felt that home spirit. You didn't get too well off the line. You were in P5 off the start. And then,
Yeah, I decided to go for hard tyres, didn't I? So,
yeah, I mean, the strategy definitely played into your hands with P2. No, not P2, sorry. You were in a P2 fighting with Gianni, and then Gianni went and pitted really early. And by the time I'd realised you were onto the mediums, he was on the hard tyres for around 4 laps, which, yeah, you're definitely always going to win that race. But yeah, strategy definitely comes into play. Nobody could take that win off of you today, and you done it.
I'm just glad that
your
wasn't
home
in the
race.
safety car.
Yeah.
First race in a while, eh?
I know, right? It feels like it's been forever.
Bloody glad there wasn't. It would have ruined me.
But yeah, that's I'm pretty sure now anyone who joins the league, so someone joins the league today and they want to race like every week, even if you left, like, you know, or even if you like were like hospitalized or something, you couldn't race for the rest of the season, and they got every single point they could, they cannot win the championship anymore.
Yeah,
So,
what was it? 7 races left, 170 odd, 180 points, something like that.
yeah, you are on. Let me calculate this. You're on about
I got sprinting
33 points, not 33 points. 208 points, I think. That is what you're on at the moment, and you've extended your lead over in the championship on Gianni once again. Gianni was running really well at one point in this race, but yeah, I mean, strategy definitely didn't go his way. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, hopefully we can see someone bring the challenge to you in Austria, but for now you're looking fairly comfortable in the lead of the championship.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it'd be a DRS train in Austria.
Yeah, there'll be a bit more crazy.
I mean, a tactical one, won't it?
What's your opinion on all the DNFs in the pit lane? I think there's around 5 or 6 DNFs in the pit lane today.
Each time I saw a DNF message at the bottom, my heart did sink a little bit, but I think most of them were in the pit lane, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 on track, but it's kind of sad, I can't lie. I'd love to see the people finish the races, and definitely the race could go a lot different if the people didn't retire in the pit lane.
You never know, you can just put some mediums on, go for fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, help your team out in the championship.
Hope for a safety car, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do is retire.
Yeah, everything's still to play for, you never know what's going to happen.
But yeah, let's hope Austria goes a bit better for everyone who did DNF in the pits. Yeah, let's see you get victory number 8.
Yep, see you next time.
Yeah, see ya. Okay, right. Now, for the final interview, we're going to go back to the Alfa Romeo of Gianni. Hello, Gianni. Hello.
Hola, Jake.
So, in the sprint race, you were going pretty well, but then you and ABC had an incident, right?
Yeah, at the Maggots and Beckets, yeah. He
Yeah.
actually closed the door, but
Yeah.
that don't matter.
You managed to make a decent recovery back up to P6, and then in the main race you were running pretty well until the box started making his charge through the fields. He definitely was on the more optimal strategy, went from the harder to the softer, the harder to the mediums.
Yes.
And I mean, what were you thinking once you had pitted and you see the box was still on those hards?
Actually, first of all, I want to congratulate to him. He has a great pace. And the second one, I cannot choose my hard tire. I want to start on the hard tire too, because I always starting on it. And the game is just bugged or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Just-
Codemaster's doing
Yeah,
OG.
just typical Codemasters, yeah. But actually, if I start on the hard tire, if we are on the same strategy, maybe it can be a much easier race for him still. He has a really good pace right here. And the most impressive thing for me was when after I pitted for the hards at lap 12 or lap 13 there, I watched the gap, and the gap was still the same like 2 or 3 laps earlier. So he was really, really fast on the used hard tire too.
Yeah, I mean, you did finish in P2. You had a really good recovery race, and although I think the box did gain on you in the championship, but obviously it's still all to play for. But that was definitely the box's best track you want to do for the home fans. What do you think about Austria?
Actually, I only had maybe 1 or 2 races there. I don't like it. First of all, I'm not really consistent there. So I need to improve that to be more consistent. But my pace is got there too. So we will see.
Yeah, so let's hope for a Gianni victory next week.
We will see.
But yeah.
I'm not promise anything.
Unfortunate with the strategy though, but let's hope it doesn't happen next week.
Yeah, we will see. See you next week too.
See you.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too. Hello, Johnny. Right, then we're gonna stop the interviews there. We're gonna finish the race today. We're gonna raid the 100 gamer. This is the first time we're gonna raid someone on the stream. So let's hope it goes well for the sake of whatever. I don't even know. Oh, I've lost the raiding screen. Okay. Raid channel. Oh no, the game that. Oh, okay. The 100. Yep. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's sort of messed up. Let me look on Twitch. Sorry about this. Oh, the one time I tried to do something and it goes wrong. Yeah. To anyone who... Oh, he stopped streaming. He stopped streaming. Okay, we need to look for someone to raid then. We're going to have a look for someone to raid. Everyone, bear with us. Bear with us. We just need to quickly... Oh no, it's gonna raid a channel who's not even live. Okay, no. Let's go on F1 2022 and we're gonna see who we're gonna raid today. Make sure the English. Did it just raid? I don't even know. Bro, this is mad, you know. I don't even think he's live, man. Oh no. Okay. I guess you don't always get what you want. No, this is a disaster crap. I don't even think this guy's live. Oh my god. English. Let's just find an English person and raid them. Grandmaster open lobbies, you know what? That works for me. That works for me. Okay. There we go. Rashi. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna end this.